भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, which is a part of Bhakti Vaibhava course. So we'll be discussing second canto, 8th chapter from 6th sloka onwards. Yeah, I will discuss last in extra time. Extra time after 3 o'clock. Yes. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions after hearing the conversation between Brahma and Narada. So Parikshit Maharaj got even more doubts. He asked questions in second canto, fourth chapter. Fourth chapter also he asked questions. So to answer that, so Sukadeva Goswami explained the conversation between Brahma and Narada from fifth chapter onwards. In that fifth chapter, we are seeing Narada is asking same type of questions. So like how Parikshit Maharaj was asking in the same way. So Narada also asked to Brahmaji. That's why their conversation between Brahma and Narada was discussed. That was the reason. So finally, so in that 3 chapters, you can summarize. That means, so the Bhagavatam is in a summary manner. It was discussed. So next, Parikshit started asking even more questions, and in the whole chapter, you will be seeing there are so many questions asked. In that first 5 slokas, we have seen. So he didn't ask questions, but he is just explaining the glory of the Hari Katha. So because he is explaining the glory of the Hari Katha to inspire the Sukadeva Goswami to speak more on Hari Katha. And if you see in the 5th sloka, what was discussed? Pravishtaha karnarandrena swanam bhavasororuham dhunoti shmamalam krishnaha shailasya yatha sharat salilasya yatha sharat. So this this is the 5th sloka. So this sloka is saying that Lord is entering into the heart in the form of katha. Through the ears, he is entering into the heart. So in the form of katha, bhava rupa. So through katha, he is entering into the heart, and he is destroying all the anarthas, impurities in the heart. So pravishtaha karnarandrena swanam bhavasaroruham. He is entering into the hridaya kamalam. Actually, so hridaya heart is compared with the kamalam. So there he is. So everyone is having their impurities there only. In the heart, impurities they stay, and those he is destroying. So Krishna is destroying. So here we discussed some special point, that is Paramatma is not destroying. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying to us. So that is Sakshat Krishna is purifying the heart, not the Paramatma. So that also we discussed. The next sixth sloka onwards we'll do today. So we'll try to finish this chapter. Total 28 slokas are there. Another 23 slokas are remaining. And little commentary somewhere it is there. So just other than that, in purport few points we should note, and we can move on like this. So sixth sloka, please repeat after me. Dhautatma Purusha Krishna पादमूलं न मुञ्चति मुक्तसर्वपरिक्लेशः पान्तः स्वशरणं यथा. Translation. Yes, Tapo, my Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. A pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquishes the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him, as a traveler as is satisfied at home after a traveled journey.
Yeah. So in the previous sloka, what we were seeing, so if anyone's heart is clear by the Harikatha, so then what will happen? So what is the result? That is explained in this sloka. So then what will happen? A pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has once been cleansed. So in the see, if it is sloka, Dhautatma. Dhautatma means whose heart is cleansed. So Dhauta, Dhona, Dhautatma, heart is cleansed. Dhautatma Purushaha, Krishna Pada Moolam Namunchati. What is the Kriya in this? What is the verb? Munchati. So Namunchati. That means he will never leave. So what he will never leave? Krishna Pada Moolam. So Krishna's lotus feet. So who is the doer? Dhauta Atma Purushaha. So whoever cleansed there. Simple. So next, Mukta Sarva Parikleshaha. So he is freed from all the kinds of the kleshas. So because being freed from all the kleshas, then he is feeling satisfied and he doesn't want to do any further anarthas or unwanted things or sinful things. And what he will be fully satisfied, and he will feel how he will feel. Example is given, pantaha swasharanam yatha. This is example. So pantaha means the pedestrian, or otherwise not pedestrian. So someone is going for the business purpose. In the olden days, so these business people, they will be traveling very far places actually to do the business. They will be purchasing so some raw materials, and otherwise he is carrying some material from here and he'll be selling there, and he is carrying the water abundantly available there and he's bringing for that. So he will take several months actually, he will be out of the home and on that path. So when he was traveling to the different places, some places there is no water, there is no food, and no proper, sometimes rain hard. So while walking, many in olden days, generally these people used to go by the bullock cart or otherwise horses. So most of the time horse riding is not so easy actually. That's a costly business actually. That's why generally they will be using the bullock carts. So even the hundreds of kilometers they are traveling through the bullock carts by several months and carrying back the some various important materials from there. and selling, distributing here. Like that, these business people, Vaishya community, they used to do like this. So then they will be suffering so much while traveling on that path. So that kind of people, after reaching to the home, after 3 months and 4 months of travel, how they will feel? Oh, so my God, so hard work and so much hard work, and they will be get relieved. They will be feeling so much relieved from this. So pantaha swasharanam yatha. So they will be feeling so happy. So because now his wife will be cooking whatever he wants, and he will be arranging hot water, and she will be arranging hot water, and the so nice clothes, everything will be taken care. But in the journey, nothing. So that's why, similarly, any devotee, whoever is cleaning his heart, so by hearing the holy name, so then what will happen? So that person also getting relieved from all these miseries and painful life. My God, so I am so happy. So I cannot leave this lotus feet of the Lord. So like this, so he will never. So similarly, but in the case of this businessman, so he has to go because he has to run his family, need money. So but in the case of devotees, they never leave because everything is taken care by the attaching to the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is the this sloka meaning. So if you see the purport, one who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart. We already learned many times. So what is the best process of cleaning the heart? That is the best process is the only the thing is that is a holy name. So bhakti. Other than this, recently also we have discussed. So bhakti, how it cleans, and the gnana, how it cleans. What is the difference between these two? So one example also we have discussed in these first 5 slokas. One sloka is how the bhakti is cleaning and how the gnana is cleaning. There is a difference between these two. So can anyone give the example for this cleaning of these? Yes, Ujjwala, give mic to him.
Like forest fire burn the bamboo,
Ah,
bamboos.
no, not
The
that is not here. That is in the sixth canto. But in this canto, so recently in the few days back, yesterday only, day before yesterday, we discussed. So what is the example? You want to say? You want to say? Give to him because he raised hand first.
There was an example of a jar.
Ah,
Jar, when there is some impurity, if you keep it,
yeah.
then the impurities settle down. But as soon as we shake up, the impurities come back.
Yeah, you take the water of a jar, water in a jar or any pot. So in that is muddy water. If you mix alum, some extra material, if you add to that, that is alum. So then what will happen? The mud is completely clean from that and it gets settled down. So but if you carry it to the another place, then everything is once again coming up. So in this way, so by the gnana and karma, so the impurities are clean like that. But in the case of bhakti,
In bhakti, it is completely purified.
like
It's like a alum.
no,
No,
yeah,
like a like a autumn season, Sharada.
Atman season. So these rains are coming, and those rains are cleaning the all the kinds of the water, not only just the water in the pot, but wherever is there in the small canals and in the small ponds, in the rivers, wherever the water is existing, all the muddy water is completely cleansed and it is a clear, crystal clear actually. So bhakti process is cleaning the all the. So it is compared with what? Atman season, rain in the Atman season, how it cleans the water in the other places. So similarly, bhakti is cleaning the all the kinds of the sinful so items, sinful activities. But in the case of the gnana, it is cleaning only the water which is existing in that pot. If you mix alum here, it is cleaning only that water, not in the pond or not in the water in the another canal. So that's why bhakti is the highest process, is the best process to come out from the sin. So that's why until unless one is pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart. But by a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord. So no one leave actually. If anyone coming into the bhakti, so he will never leave actually. Because at one another day, he will be definitely remembering. We have read in the Narada and Vyasdev conversation, Navai Jano Jatu. So in that sloka, Narada Muni is saying, anyone is doing bhakti, he is definitely coming back. Because before doing the bhakti, how the life was there, and after doing the bhakti, so how the life, the sukham, he is remembering that the bhakti sukham. And without doing the bhakti, the pain also he is understanding and comparing these two, and he will definitely come back. That's why many times, so you'll be seeing the some jivatmas who did in the previous life sufficient bhakti, good bhakti. So even in this time, initially they might be materialistic people, but after some time they'll be realizing we don't want this, and something is missing in my life. Like that, they will be always searching for that. So that is the actually the impressions of the bhakti always carried from the life after the life, and they will be reminding us, they will be recalling us the pleasure of the bhakti, and that will definitely will take you back actually. So of course you are a neophyte devotee from the day one, whatever you do bhakti, so that bhakti definitely is having the, that bhakti gives the experience of the ultimate pleasure at a minute portion, definitely from the day one you will be getting the pleasure actually. So that's why nobody will deny this, and bhakti is so blissful. So whoever is having the less anardas, they will be experiencing the more pleasure, and whoever having the more anardas, they will be experiencing a less pleasure of the bhakti. Anything actually, the qualities of the bhakti will manifest. It is directly proportional to the amount of the reduction of the anarthas. This is the formula actually. You have to remember this sutra. So manifestation of the bhakti results always in direct proportional to the amount of the reduction of the anarthas in the heart. As much as bhakti increases, anarthas will go down and bhakti results will manifest more and more. That is the thing actually. So that's why here, if you come to the few lines down from this, few points are there, you can study yourself. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Some 15 lines down, if you come, the progress of the culturing knowledge by the gnanis or the bodily gymnastics by the yogis are ultimately given up by the respective performers, but a devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord. This is the difference between the gnanis and yogis. So gnanis and yogis, their process itself is a very difficult process actually. You'll be seeing in the future chapters, actually 4th canto 22nd chapter, Sanat Kumara was explaining to so Prithu Maharaj. So after explaining the Gnana Marga, so he is explaining the glories of the bhakti. How this bhakti is so wonderful. So it is, so devotees are making the Lord's lotus feet as a boat, and they are crossing this material ocean by that boat. But in the case of the Gnanis, they are simply controlling their senses, and through that they are trying to come out. They want to cut down this Hridaya Granthi through the controlling the senses by the Rikta Matayaha. There, if you see in the sloka, 4th canto, 22nd chapter. So very, very important slokas, these are all. So Sanat Kumara was saying, so यत्पादपङ्कज पलास विलास भक्त्या कर्माशयं ग्रथितमुद्घ्रतयन्ति सन्त तद्वन्न रिक्तमतयो यतयोऽपि रुद्ध श्रोत्रो गणास्तमरणं भज वासुदेवं कृच्छ्रो महानिह भवार्णमवप्लवेशां षड्वर्गनक्रमसुखेन तितीरशन्ति तत्त्वं हरेर्भगवतो भजनीयमङ्घ्रिं कृत्वोडुपं व्यसनमुत्तरदुस्तरार्णम्. So what Sanat Kumar is saying here, so these devotees, they are taking, so by they just by the remembering the beauty of the toes of Lord's beautiful lotus feet, by that, just by remembering, bhaktya means you should take here smritya, by remembering that, they will be easily cutting down this ahankara. But in the case of the Jnanis, they don't do. Tadvatna. Jnanis case is not like that. Jnanis, how they do? By Rikta Matayaha. What is the meaning of Rikta Matayaha? They will make what? So nothing is object for their Antakarana. That means every time you should remember this point. Many times it will come in your Bhagavatam discussions. Jnani's case, what is the procedure? They will make Antakarana avikriyat. That means for the Antakarana, nothing is the object. They will be seeing everything as same actually. There is no, they will not. That means even Sukadeva Goswami's case also we have seen. That means what is that? Bheda rahitaha, that vikalpa bheda rahitaha. That means they will not see. So they will not see the differences between the objects. That means no object is the object for their mind, their antakarana. Nothing is object for their antakarana. So in this way, they always try to just they inactivate. That means their antakarana will become so hard and it will not respond to the any objects of this scene. So outside objects. So that in that way, they tried through controlling the senses and by making the mind like that, they try to cut down the Hridaya Granthi. So this is the process of the Jnanis. And but Bhaktas, by simply that beauty, remembering that beauty, they will cut down this ahankara. That's what is the tying up this body and soul together. And will they succeed? Kruchro mahaniha bhavarana maplavesham. That means these Jnanis, they are not making Lord's lotus feet as the boat. So due to this, what will happen? They are trying to cross the ocean which is filled with the big crocodiles. So this material world is bhavaranavam, and it's an ocean actually. Material life is like a ocean, and one is trying to cross this ocean by his own power. So they are not making the Lord's lotus feet as the boat. And simply by their own endeavor, just by their own endeavor, they want to cross. But in this ocean, what are there? Big crocodiles. What are those? That is nothing but our senses. So our senses are like the crocodiles. And these crocodiles, what they will do? They will simply catch away and they will eat away. The same way, in this material world, you will try to cross this material ocean. So through your own ability, but what your senses will drag you down and make you fall down. So that's why it is very difficult for the Jnanis. That means Titira Shanti, they try to cross this material world, but they desire, but they cannot cross. It's not possible. It's a very difficult. Mahan Krichraha. It is very difficult. So, but in the case of the devotees, they will make Lord's lotus feet as a boat, and easily they will cross this material ocean. If you are in the boat, then no crocodile will do. Nothing they will do. Crocodiles will not eat who is traveling in the boat. So this is the difference between the bhakti and the Jnana. In the case of Jnana, it is very difficult process, and also that's why it is so difficult process. People many times you'll be seeing they will be leaving this process. But in the case of the devotees, they never leave the devotion. So namunchati, that's the main important point in this sloka. Whoever is purifying their heart, but after that, evam, that means when this rajas and tamas is completely cleaned from the heart, then they will be getting evam prasanna manaso. So their heart will become very pleasing and they will never leave the Lord. So here the example is set here in very appropriate here. That example we already discussed. That's the last but one paragraph. Okay. Final paragraph. A pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with the Lord. So, and therefore he is understand in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord. Next sloka. Yadha dadhatu mato brahman देहारंभोस्य धातुभिः यदृच्छया हेतुना वा भवन्तो जानते यथा. Translation, Jai Gopinath Prabhu. Sloka number 7.
O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this, for it is known to you?
Yes, now he started asking the questions. So first question, adhatu mataha. Dhatu. What is the meaning of dhatu? Dhatu means these elements, 23 elements. These are all the dhatus. So adhatu mataha. Jivatma, the pure spirit soul, is not made of these 23 elements. It is beyond these 23 elements. Adhatu mataha. Brahman deha arambo asya dhatu bihi. So this Adhatma, Jivatma is spirit soul and his body is not, he is not made up. Jivatma is not made up of these 23 dhatus, but he is going to get the Deha, which is made with those dhatus. So what is the reason behind this? Yadruchya, is it because of just whimsically happening? Is the accidental process? Or hetuva? There is any hetu? Is there any hetu behind this? So this is the question asked by the Parikshit Maharaj. First question, Bhavantaha janate yatha. So today our voice is little bit different compared to every day. Someone is changed. Yeah. Others, they are not working. Oh, many speakers are. They both are working previously. Acha. And settings also. And also I request all of the students, no one put hand on the sound system. No student, even festival days also. Prabhuji will be there and he should operate. If you change the settings, so he will always fix actually. And if you change settings here and there, so it will be difficult for him. So I request all of the students, so they should not change the sound. And for the online students, my voice is audible. Is okay? Proper, no? Okay. So now, so that is the point. How the Jivatma, simple words, if you want to understand this sloka, so meaning is how Jivatma, the pure spirit soul, is getting the body. What is the cause? Is there any cause or it is accidental? Yadruchaya hetunava. Is accidental or is there any hetu? Yes. This is the first question he asked. So why are Parikshit asking this question? Already Brahmaji, what he told? Huh? What is the ending statements by the Brahmaji to Narada? What he said? Final statement is what? What recommendation he did? Huh? So he is saying that, my dear, you should hear the sweet pastimes of the Lord. That means pastimes due to his Chit Shakti. These pastimes you should hear. Otherwise, if you are not, that means someone is not at all purified his heart and he doesn't have Katharuchi, Vasudeva Katharuchi. Directly, he doesn't want to, he didn't develop the taste for the sweet pastimes of the Lord, which are out of Chit Shakti, that means his Sarupa Shakti. Then what he should do? So, hearing the, yeah. So, he should hear the Maya. That means the Leelas, Purusha Avataras, the Leelas of the Purusha Avataras, those are out of Maya. Yes, manufacturing of Mahat, manufacturing of Ahankara, these are all Leela or not? These are the Leelas of whose Leelas? So these are Leelas of the Purusha Avatara. So Purusha Avatara's Leelas out of the Maya Shakti and one should hear those. So then Parikshit Maharaj is hearing all this. So as an intelligent person, he should ask only the Leela Avataras. Then why he is asking about this body and this? So that is because, so by understanding the Leelas of the Purusha Avatara, which are out of Maya, so that will help what? What is the main result of this? What we wrote on that day? Everything you will forget actually. There is a difficulty in understanding, or the difficulty in what? What is the difficulty actually? Why you don't remember? If you hear the Leelas out of the Purusha Avataras, which are out of the Maya, what will happen? Heart will purify. See? No. You will get Shraddha in the Shravanam, Kirtanam and Mananam. You will get the Shraddha in direct Bhakti. I wrote on the board clearly. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Mananam, and he will be getting the Shraddha by hearing this. Okay, I don't know. You don't revise and also don't remember. Okay. So this is the thing actually. That's why he is asking how this Jivatma is getting the body. How this Jivatma is getting the body. This is helping us to understand it. Ultimately, what you should develop? You should develop the taste for the hearing the direct sweet pastimes of the Lord. That is the goal. Even Bhakti Sandarbha also, what you are hearing. This is the thing now. The Sutta Goswami is giving this whole teachings from 60 to 22, second chapter, first canto. What is the main goal? What is the main theme of that? That whole discussion, 6 to 22, is the how to get the Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. This is the thing. So there are the several processes are there, but ultimately every process should enter into the Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. So that's why. So it will be helpful. That means to get that kind of taste. So this is helpful actually by hearing these things. But in the case of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, how he is seeing differently this. Even the Leelas of this Maya is also transcendental, he is saying. Why? Because, what is the reason? If you see with the eyes of the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if you see this, what he is saying? What he is saying? Lord's Leela? No. Why it's Lord's Leela? Maya is doing and you are saying Lord's Leela. What is the answer for this? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying these Leelas done by the Maya is also transcendental. He is saying why? Jai Gopinath Prabhu, yes.
It is said that Maya is also a devotee of the Lord.
Yes, Maya is also devotee of the Lord. Even
and children also.
Mahat is coming from her. Ahankara is coming from her, from Mahat, and also other elements are coming. And all these 23 elements are having their representatives. Their Adhisthana Devatas, they are all pure devotees. And their actions these. And in that aspect, if you see, Shuddha Bhaktas, pure devotees also, they see these Leelas also as transcendental. Okay, good. So now, Parikshit Maharaj is asking these things. Tat katha Shravana Autsukyam Swanishtam cha Avishkrusya Anyana. That means he got already the Kutuhulam. That means excitement to hear the sweet pastimes. But still Anyanapi Ardhan Anena Bhagavat Pradhanataya Prochamanan Anyesham Tad Upayogitaya. So Tad Bodha Saukaryaya Syat iti pruchati. For others' purpose, he is asking these doubts. It's not that the now Parikshit Maharaj is really, if you see, so he is also in the mood of helping others at the time of leaving body also. He could have heard from the second canto, from here onwards only, directly explain all the Lord's pastimes, the 10th canto he could have asked. But he is anyesham tadupayogataya tadbodha saukaryaya. So it is useful for the others, and also it is useful to understand the Lord's transcendental leelas very easily. So for that purpose, he is asking all these questions. So we will understand what is the swarupa of the Jivatma properly and what is body. So this discriminating knowledge will help us to understand the even further. So other transcendental leelas of the Lord. That's Ruchikara leelas, sweet pastimes. So if you see, but in the case of the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is always trying to see some kind of devotional spirit in this. So what kind of bhakti he is asking like that? He is trying to bring out the view of the bhakti, jignasa of the bhakti. That means Parikshit Maharaj is asking several questions from the 7th sloka onwards, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is seeing Parikshit Maharaj is having this kind of bhakti jignasa. That's why he is asking this question. Like that, he will be so showing his so Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is showing the jignasa. That means what kind of jignasa Parikshit is having behind this question. एवं स्वाभिमतायाः शुद्धायाः भक्तेः प्रथमाङ्गभूते कृष्णकथाश्रवणे औत्सुक्यम् आविष्कृत्य निर्गुणायाः सगुणायाश्च भक्तेः यावत् स्वार्थेषु व्याप्तिः संभवति तावतः अपि अर्थान् तत्तद् भक्त्याधिकारिण जिज्ञासितार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं पृच्छति यददातु मतः. एवं च यत्र यत्र भक्तेः गन्धः अपि संभवति तत्र तत्र निरपराधतयैव स्थातव्यम् अन्यथा श्रीमत्या भक्तिदेव्या अप्रसाद यत्र यत्र भक्तेः गन्धः अपि संभवति तत्र तत्र निरपराधतयैव स्थातव्यम्. Wherever there is a bhakti gandha, there niraparadhatayeva statavyam. So without committing offenses, one should see that. Srimatya Bhakti Devya Aprasa statavyam. Anyatha, otherwise you will not. Anyatha Srimatya Bhakti Devya Aprasada iti prasadya bhaktehe abhidayardam suddha bhaktehe. Okay. So Parikshit Maharaj is having personally so desire to hear the Shuddha Katha, Shuddhayam Bhaktyayam Bhaktehe. So Autsukyam Avishkrutya. So but he is asking so these things so for others purpose. Okay, nothing is there. That's just next. If we come to the purport. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th line. from the Bhagavad Gita as well as Srimad Bhagavatam, it is known that qualitatively the Lord and the living beings are one. The living being in the conditional state of material existence is subjected to many transmigrations by continuous changing of material body. So that's why qualitatively Jivatma is nature, it is pure actually, and it is similar to the Lord. That's why qualitatively it is one, but quantitatively it is different, and but it is in the conditional state, because since it is away from the Supreme Lord, so Bhagavats Vaimukyam, due to Vaimukyam, so Jivatma is keep on getting the so bodies again and again. So this is the point. And if you come to the last paragraph, this inquiry is essential for immunity to all kinds of the offenses on the path of devotion. So we'll come to this paragraph. We'll study complete paragraph. In the process of devotion, sorry, the first step is to take the shelter of the spiritual master and then inquire from the spiritual master about all the process. The inquiry is essential for immunity to all kinds of offenses on the path of devotional service. Even if one is fixed in the devotional service like Maharaj Parikshit, he must still inquire from realized spiritual master all about this. In other words, the spiritual master must also be well versed and learned so that he may be able to answer all these inquiries from the devotees. Thus, one who is not well versed in the authorized scriptures and not able to answer all such relevant inquiries should not pose as spiritual master for the matter of material gain. So, what is the qualification of the guru is explained here. A spiritual master means he should be so clarifying all the doubts from his disciples. So all the kinds of, that's why he should be well versed in the scriptures. Any guru means he should be well versed in the spiritual subject matter. Otherwise, one should not simply for the gathering the people to get the popularity. So one should not make the disciples. So that is not the mood of the thing. So that's why for material profit, material gain, it is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple. It is illegal. It's like a committing offense. Like if you see illegal, if you steal something which is in the shop, near in front of shop, something object there, if you steal it, is illegal. So it's illegal activity if spiritual master is not able to deliver the disciple. So that's why Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring. So here Prabhupada is understanding the mood actually of the Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is as a perfect disciple. He is asking the Srila Sukadeva Goswami, and Srila Sukadeva Goswami is a perfect master, and he is going to answer all the questions of the Parikshit Maharaj very elaborately and clearly. That's why. So he is able to clear, and he is engaged. He is able to engage his disciple properly in the devotional service and able to deliver. Otherwise, it's illegal activity. Next, Asidedudarat Padmam Loka Samsthana Lakshanam Yavanayam Vai Purusha Yattavaya Vai Prutag Tavana Sauviti Prokta Samstavayavaniva. So translation, if the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of gigantic body according to his own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body of the Lord and those of common living entities? So here now Parikshit Maharaj is having one more doubt. So what is that? This living entity, why it is getting the body? That is the question. Then after that, okay, we are also having the body. And what he heard in the case when the Sukadeva Goswami explained the narration between the conversation between the Brahma and the so Narada, in that, so Garbhodaka Vishnu, from his abdomen, so there is a lotus is coming, and in that lotus this material universe is situated. This material complete, this 14 planetary system is situated. So it is coming from the novel of the Garbhodaka Vishnu. So that means he is also having the body. The one novel is a limb actually. So that means he is also having the body. That means why he is getting body? Is it also same like the living entity? Is it also same? That means because of karma he got. So what is the reason behind this? What is the difference between these two bodies, Jivatma's body and the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu's body, the Supreme Lord's body? What is the difference? So this is the question. किंच यश्च असौ ईश्वरः सः अपि एतत् तुल्य देहवान् प्रोक्तः अतः तस्य को विशेषः. Both are living entities also having body and the Ishvara is also having the body. Then what is the difference between these two bodies? So keeping this in the mind, so Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question. Lokanam, so see, try to understand. This is the the jignasa, that means inquisitiveness behind this asking question. That, and now you see the sloka meaning loka samsthana lakshanam asid yad udarat padmam loka samsthana lakshanam yavan ayam vai purusha yat avayeh pratak. So the material world, that Virat Purusha is taking the shape, or the configuration of the Virat Purusha is similar to the arrangement of the limbs of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. So Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, how his limbs are that same way, this Virat Purushas, that's a material, the Samishti Purusha's body is, limbs are Yasya Avayavaihi Kalpitaha. So in that previously also we have seen the same thing he is keeping in the mind. He is asking the question, Pratak Tavan asau iti proktaha samsthana avayavan iva. Lokanam samsthanam rachanam. Tadedam lakshanam swarupam yasya tat padmam yasya udarat asit iyatayoktaihi saparimitaihi avayavaihi ayam laukikah purushaha yavan yadrisha avayavayuktaha tatha pratakhapi asau ishvaraha tavanayam proktaha. So that means this loka is also manifested in the form of the same form of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. So then, and also that means Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is separate from this material universe. Then how his body is created? So how his body is created? How his body is different from the body of the Jivatma? This is the question. यद्यपि ईश्वरस्य कर्णचरणादयः जीवस्य एव स्वतः भिन्नाः न भवन्ति तद्वानिव च उक्तः अतः कोपि. And also we heard, so the जीवस्य एव स्वतः भिन्नाः न भवन्ति. एवा or eva? Actually something is mistake here. So जीवस्य एव स्वतः भिन्नाः न भवन्ति. Okay, the point is like this. So then what is the difference between these two? Samstavayavan iva. So purport, one should note how Maharaj Parikshit intelligently put questions before his spiritual master for scientific understanding of the transcendental body of the Lord. It has been described in many places before this that the Lord assumed a gigantic body like that of Karanarnava Sai Vishnu, from whose hair poor innumerable universes have generated. The body of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is described as sprouting the lotus stem within which all the planets of the universe remain, and that at the top of the stem is the lotus flower on which Lord Brahma is born. In the creation of the material world, the Supreme Lord undoubtedly assumes a gigantic body, and living entities also get bodies, big or small, according to necessity. For example, an elephant gets a gigantic body according to its needs, and so also an ant gets its body according to its needs. Similarly, if the personality of Godhead assumes a gigantic body to accommodate the universe or the planets of the particular universe, there is no difference in the principle of assuming accepting particular type of body in terms of necessity. A living being and the Lord cannot be distinguished simply by the differences of the magnitude of the body. So the answer depends on the specific significance of the body. So that's why to hold the big, this much big Brahmanda, that's why Garbhodakshaya Vishnu size also is like that, to hold that. So as much as so Brahmanda size is there, that much form, that much size of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu will be assumed. That means Karananasaya Vishnu is entering in the form of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu based upon the size of the universe. So that means Jivatma is also having the, according to their karma, they are getting the size of the body. So based upon that, so they are getting the different bodies. So then only size difference is there, or is there any other difference is there between the Jivatma and the so Bhagavan? That is a question. Next, Ajasrujati Bhutani Bhutatma Yadanugrahat Dadrushe Yena Tadrupam Nabi Padmasamudbhavaha. Translation: Brahma, who was not born of material source but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord. So now, so what is this third question? Avashyam cha visheshaha vacha ityaha. So there is definitely, that means Parishit Maharaj is thinking that definitely there is a difference. What is that difference? Tell me. What is that? Ajaha Brahma Bhutanam Veshti Upadinam Atma Niyanta Samist. The Samistyupaditattva Sopi Nabi Padma Samudbhava San Yadanugrahat Bhutani Sujati Itya. Nanu sa nirakaraha eva vachaha yataha ajena tadrupam dadrushe. Sacha ajopi yannavi padbodhvaha ataha brahmanopi api ishvaraha mayika purusha tulyakaraha kim mayakaraha nava ityadapi vacho. So you see, try to understand this question. This question is establishing, this sloka is establishing the exactly, that means now previously what he said in the 8th sloka, you are seeing that is there any difference between the body of the Jivatma and the Supreme Lord? He asked, but in this sloka, is there is difference is there? You tell me that. That is the point. And he's giving the logic for that. What is that logic? What is that logic? He's saying, so here he is saying, so Brahmaji, you see the sloka, how this Ajaha Srujati Bhutani Bhutatma Yadanugrahat. Ajaha means Brahmaji here. Srujati means creates. What he creates? Bhutani. Bhutani means living entities. And he is what? Bhutatma. So Brahmaji is the Bhutatma. What it means? Bhutatma means Bhutanam Atma. Bhutatma means Bhutanam Atma means Veshti Upadinam Atma Samushtyupaditva. That means Brahmaji also creator of all the living entities. That's why he is known as Bhutatma. And that Bhutatma Dadrushe. That means he saw. So he came out from that lotus which is coming from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's navel, and he saw that body, the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's body. So that means he is not Nirakaraha. He is having the surely body. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is having surely the body. And Nanusa Nirakaraha eva vachaha yataha ajena tadrupam dadrushe. So that's why no one can say that he is Nirakara. Garbhodakshaya Lord is Nirakara, you cannot say. Because Brahmaji saw. Such ajahapi, and also this aja is also appearing from the lotus which is coming from the navel of that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So that means he is definitely for sure having the body. Atahasa Brahmanopi Ishwaraha. That means he is the creator of the Brahmaji. and Mayika Purusha Tulyakaraha Kim Mayikakaraha. So what? He is like Maya or he is Maya only? So tell me. So like our body is out of the Maya. And Mayika Purusha Tulyakaraha. Otherwise it is like similar to that. But it is different than the Maya. Tulya means is different. It looks like that, but it is not that. So like this, he is asking the question. The first living creature purport, Brahma, is called Ajaha because he didn't take his birth from the womb of a mother materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower of the Lord. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of the Brahma are of the same quality or different. So that's why Ataha Saha Brahmanaha api Ishwaraha. So that means Brahmaji's father he is. So how his body looks? His body is also like Brahmaji's body, like material body. Like now our mother is also having material body and we are also having the material body. We know Brahmaji also is living for 100 years and Brahmaji is also having the death and his body is finished. So that's why he is coming from the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. So his body, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu also should be material. One may think like this. One may put question like this. So that's why he is getting doubt. So tell me, what is the difference? Difference is there definitely. That's why it's like our body, it's made up of Maya, or it looks like Maya. What is that? Tell me. This is the question. Next. Sachapi yatra purusho vishwastityudbhavapyayaha muktvatma mayam mayesha shete sarvaguhashayaha. Translation. Akshay Hariprabhu.
Please also explain the personality of Godhead who lies in every heart as super soul and as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy.
Yes. What is said in this? Next prashna, prashnantaramaha. Next prashna is sachapi yatra purusha viswastityudbhavapyayaha. Where he is. Sachapi purushaha means what you should take here? Prakruti ikshana karta yatra shete tastanam kataya ityartha. So here in this sloka, Parikshit Maharaj is asking about which Purusha? Purusha is said. Three Purushas are there. Which Purusha? Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. He is asking about the Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Where is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu? Mayeshaha. Mayesh, whenever you hear Mayesh, that is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Because he is the person who is glancing on the Maya, and so that she is understanding the desire of the Lord. Lord wants to sleep in different places. So that's the understanding this desire. She will be immediately creating the herself, transforming into the many 23 elements and making the balls and making the different resting places for the Karanano Sai Vishnu. So that's why she is a servant and he is the master. So that's why Mayesh is, who is the Mayesh? Mayesh is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Sorry, Karanano Sai Vishnu. I am saying Kshirodaka Sai. Okay. Karanano Sai Vishnu. So, okay. Karanadaka Sai Vishnu. He is glancing. So Mayesh, that's why he is known as Mayesha. So Sacha api yatra purushaha, where he sleep. And he is a Mayeshaha, but Mayam Tyaktva, Muktva means he is being released from the Maya. He is not under the clutches of the Maya. Of course, he is a Mayesh, but he is. Why Bahiranga Shaktitvat? Tasyaha Bahiranga Shaktitvat. Why he is not touched by the Maya? She is not in the Swarupa of the Lord. So that's why Maya is not in the Swarupa of the Lord. That means she is always acting external to the Swarupa of the Lord. That's why she is known as external energy. And that's why anything is external to the Swarupa. So that is not the Swarupa Lakshanam. So that's why using this Maya, Sattuguna, Lord is controlling this universe. So controlling this universe, he is the controller of the material universe. This is the guna or not? This is the one characteristic of the Lord or not? Controlling the material world is the one of the characteristics of the Lord. This characteristic is there in the Swarupa of the Lord, is the outside the Swarupa of the Lord. It is the outside the Swarupa of the Lord. So that's why Janmadhyasya to Anvayad Itarataschadyasya Abhignaswarat, in that Janmadhyasya Yataha, that means the Janma, creation, maintenance and destruction of this material universe are coming from whom? That is Param, Satyam Param Dhimahi, that is a Param. And that Param is always, so he is creator, maintenance, destroyer of this universe. So this quality of creating, maintaining destruction, this quality is the Lord's Tatastha Lakshanam. It is not the Swarupa Lakshanam. Why we are taking the creating, maintaining and destroying the material universe as the Tatastha Lakshana of the Lord? Because those are all done by the Maya, which is the external to the Swarupa of the Lord. That's why it is Tatastha Lakshanam.
Here is a
controller of the Maya. Not Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. I corrected back myself. Garnano Sai Vishnu. That somehow yeah. Where is that? Mayoshopi Mayavata. So next, Muktva Somayam Mayasha Sete Sarva Guhashaya. So Sarva Guhashaya is a Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, because we are seeing the non-difference, because here actually this question is asked about the Karnano Sai Vishnu only. But here Sarva Guhashaya is said because he is also coming from him only. Is the expansion of, so Karnano Sai Vishnu Swamsha is the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu's Vilasa form is Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, who is in the hearts of everyone. So in this way you can take like that. But he is asking about, so about the clearly, so Karnano Sai Vishnu. That's clear. Okay, Prakriti Bharta Mayeshaha Kutra Sete, where he sleeps. So why he will ask Sarva Guhashaya? He is already saying he is in the everyone's heart. Then what is there any point saying that where he sleeps? Is there any point? If you take Kshirodak Sai Vishnu here, is there any point in that? You are saying answer also, and that how can we question? So Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, where he sleeps, the one who sleeps in everyone's heart. This is the question then. Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, where he sleeps, the one who sleeps in everyone's heart. This will be the question. It will be any meaning. So that's why you should not take Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, but we should take Karnano Sai Vishnu. Okay. So because he is Mayeshaha, that is Prakriti Ikshana Karta, the one who is glancing on the Prakriti. So come to this purport. Undoubtedly, the form of the Lord who was seen by Brahma must be transcendental. Otherwise, how could he simply look upon the creative energy without being touched? It is understood also that the same Purusha lies in the heart of every living entity. So that's why. So because in the many places, Bhagavatam also sometimes you'll be seeing the alternative use. Krishna is also sometimes said as Vishnu. Vishnu is also said as Krishna. So and also sometimes Krishna is also is notified as a Parabrahma or other Paramatma. So whether in that place we should take the exact meaning or we should take the total absolute, that is depends upon the Acharya's commentary. It's not, we are not having the right of deciding this. So some places you are seeing now the Brahman is said. Now we should take for the word Brahman the total Bhagavan we should take, or the total the absolute results Bhagavan we should take, or only the Brahman feature Chinmatra Satta we should take. Or sometimes you'll be seeing Paramatma is said. Here Paramatma means we should take the Purusha Avatara, or otherwise we should take the Krishna himself. So who will decide? How to know this? This will be given in the commentary actually. When we read the Krishna Sandarbha, you'll understand this. Where we have to take this meaning and where we should not take. Okay, next. Purusha Vayavai Lokaha Sapala Purva Kalpitaha लोकैरमुष्यावयवाः सपालैरिति शुश्रुमा. रविंद्र चैतन्य प्रभु translation. He is not ready. He is doing something. Radha Govardhan Prabhu.
O learned Brahmana, it was formerly explained that all the planets of the universe with their respective governors are situated in the different parts of the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. I have also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that?
Yes. I will explain.
Thank you.
So Purushavayavaihi Lokaha Sapalaha Purva Kalpitaha. If you see, Parikshit Maharaj started hearing about this universe from the day one, that is from the first chapter of second canto. So what he was hearing in the first canto, first chapter of the second canto. So what is the subject matter? You are going to write exam tomorrow. So what is that? So there we will be hearing that mainly about the how to meditate on Virat Purusha. Yes, that is the main topic actually. There, so he explained about the Ashtanga Yoga. So are the different 8 limbs of the Ashtanga he explained, and then after that, whose heart is not purified, so they have to meditate on the Virat Purusha. So that is explained. So then after that, he will also explaining in the second chapter also. So how that sadhaka should be there, and sadhaka should meditate on the transcendental form of the Lord. And then after saying that if he is not ready to do that, then he has to go for the Virat Purusha, he said. Then after that, how to get the Brahma Sahijam, that means Brahman realization, he is explained in that. Then after that, so how to leave this body, for that he explained the, not, huh? No, he explained how to leave this body. For this, what he is, Shat Chakra Yoga, he is explained. Then in the leaving time, so when he with the desire of seeing the other planetary pleasure or not, then at that time, so there are 2 things are came, Karma Mukti and the Sadhya Mukti. So directly leaving, he doesn't have any desire to enjoy the pleasure of the other planet, higher planetary systems, then he will live directly. Otherwise, he will get the body. Otherwise, he will get the body, and due to that body, so he has to travel to the different planets and see the enjoyment. And as much as one element he crosses from that body, that element is out. So when he is crossing all the 8 layers of the, so this Brahmanda, 8 or 7 layers, na? 7 layers of this Brahmanda, when he crosses, ultimately Prakriti is there. That is not a layer, that is on the outside to the Brahmanda, there is a Prakriti is also there. That is which is the cause for the Mahat. And so when he enters into that, so that means everything he leaves by crossing over the Mahat finally, and he go and merge into the Lord's body. Sahijya Mukti he will get. So this is the explanation. So after hearing all this, so he, and also after that we heard in the 5th chapter of second canto, 5th chapter, how this creation, That means different sixth chapter actually. Sixth chapter, what is said? In the sixth chapter, how the different elements are created, different ingredients are created. That is explained. Yes. Different material ingredients are created from the limbs of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu or not. Everything is Brahman. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Okay, no problem. So now, what is asked? What is the question is asked here? Lokaihi amushya avayavaha sapalaihi iti sushruma. पुरुषस्य अवयवैः पूर्वं कल्पिताः यस्य इह अवयवैः लोकान् कल्प. So Virat Purushas, the limbs are similar to the, it looks like similar to the configuration of Virat Purusha's limbs is equal to the configuration of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. And then after that we meditate. That means this yogi is trying to imagine, the various planets in the various limbs of the Virat Purusha. So for this meditation purpose. So kalpitaha, that's why, that is the point he said. Sapalaihi. That means from the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu body, different materials are created, and also Lokapalas also created. The controllers of the different planets also created, and all these, and also we are seeing on this on the Virat Purusha's limbs, various planets also assumed. Yogi assumes. So now, Lokaihi amusha sapalaihi iti sushruma. So that means sushruma means I heard this. So atra anyah visheshashchedasti tamapi kataya iti bhava. Why he didn't ask any question in this 11th question? 11th sloka is statement actually, but we have to see the intention behind this. It is a statement. Is it question? It's not a question actually. Sapalaihi iti sushrama. I heard like this. What I heard from your body, from the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu's body, various ingredients are created, Lokapalas are created, Lokas are created, that he heard. Then after that, Virat Purusha is also appearing according to his configuration. Then on that, yogis are meditating such a way, they are imagining the different planets at the limbs of the Virat Purusha. This much only. So he is saying here. So what is the question then? What is the intention? What is the bhava? So that means he is explaining. What his main goal is. What is the difference between the living entity's body and the Lord's body? And this body is creating all these elements, and our body is creating what it is creating, our body. So there is a big difference. And on our body, is there any planets? And no planets are there. So that's why he is having this kind of intention. That this difference also is there. Atra yad adhatu mataha iti ishitavya jevam pruchhami asid yad udaradina ishwaram ditiyam anda samsitam purusham pruchhami. So, प्रभु माइक फेंक दीजिए उसको.
Same thing is coming here. Can you please?
Tell me, Prabhu.
I asked the question that Brahmanda is there, Virat Purusha is there, and yogis are meditating
on the limbs of the
planets. Whether limbs, they are assuming that different planets, limbs of the body, are their planets are separate and situated in the limbs of the body. That is, body is also there, and planets also there. Two things are there.
From my
So-
understanding, Prabhu,
So
the
same
planet,
thing-
body
same
is there
thing
and planets are situated
The
there.
same thing is here also Parikshit Maharaj is asking.
Yes.
Two things. His doubt is there. Whether the Virat Purusha is there and planets also there. So where they are resting in the Virat Purusha's body. So
No, that is the main point. His main intention is his body is like that and our body is not like that. That is the point actually. This difference also you are considering, that is the main thing. And that is anyway that we already discussed. So Virat Purusha is there and on his planets are there. That is my understanding. So yeah, because it is clearly according to the shape of the Garbhodaksa Vishnu, the Virat Purusha's body is like that. So then it's not that the just planets, if you join all the stars and different planets and join one line and then that is becoming the Garbhodaksa. No, that is not. Then the Virat Purusha is imaginary only completely. Then he is not having any appearance. And there is no birth. We are seeing Virat Purusha is appearing.
here two things are different. Planets are different as well as
Planets, everything is inside to that, included in that.
Yes, included.
They are included in that. Next sloka. So he is showing this kind of difference between the Supreme Lord's body and our body. Sachapi yatra purusha. From this he is asking whom? He is asking about the resting place of Karananavasaya Vishnu. In the previous sloka, Sachapi yatra purusho. Yes. विष्णोस्तु त्रीणि रूपाणि पुरुषाख्यान्यदो विदु प्रथमं महतः सृष्टु द्वितीयं अंड संस्थितं तृतीयं सर्वभूतस्थानि ज्ञात्वा विमुच्यते इति स्मृतेः. सो पुरुषावयवैः इति समिष्टि जीवं च पृच्छामि इति प्रश्न पंचकं शांत प्रीति भक्तो पर्याप्नोति. This is actually now why he is asking all this. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary is like this. He is saying Shanta Priti Bhaktau Paryapnoti. That means it's a Shanta Bhakti. That means asking these questions means what kind of bhakti is there in the heart of the. That means if he is asking all these means keeping what kind of intention, what kind of jignasa. So he's asking this question. So Vishwanath is investigating. So these are all questions are related to the Shanta Priti Bhakti. So Jivad Vishesham Bhagavad Rupam Brahmana Drushtam Kataya iti Vejyamana Prasnopi Priti Bhakto Paryapnoti. So in the previously if you see sloka number 9. In the sloka number 9, what he is saying, so there is a difference between the body of the Jivatma and the Lord's Rupam, Lord's form. There is a difference between these two because Brahmaji saw that. Before he was not able to see, then after that he saw that, after doing the tapasya. So from this we are understanding that difference between the Jiva and the Bhagavan. So this question related to the Priti Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. And before that, asking about the Karananavasaya Vishnu and about this Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, that is Samishti Purusha. So these questions related to the Shanta Priti Bhakti. Okay. Understanding? Yavan kalpo vikalpo va yatha kalo numiyate bhuta bhavya bhavachabda ayurmanam cha yatsataha. Translation: also please explain the duration of the time between the creation and annihilation, and that of the other subsidiary creations, as well as the nature of time indicated by the sound of past, present, and future. Also please explain the duration of the measurement of life of the different living beings known as the demigods, the human beings in different planets of this universe. So what is the intention behind asking this kind of question? He is asking about the time. Which kind of bhakti is he, so Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring about the which kind of bhakti? Can anyone guess? You keep on this in mind, answer will come in the coming slokas. Okay. So now in this sloka, what he is saying? Yavan kalpa vikalpa va yatha kala. How the time is measured and different units of the time. He is asking about this. Different units of the time. And कल्प विकल्प यथा कालानुमिति भूत भव्य भवत शब्द आयुर्मानम च यत् सतः. Kalpa means Mahan, Mahat, that means the total time from the creation to the annihilation, total Brahmanda time. That is a Kalpa. Kalpa means not the one day of Brahma. You should not take that. From the creation of the universe to the annihilation. You will be understanding this in the 11th chapter, 3rd canto. Next to what? Vikalpaha. That means subdivision of that. भूत अतीतः भव्य भावी भवन वर्तमान इति शब्दः यस्मात् सा कालः. So the one we are having this present, past, and future because of the time only. So that's why time means what? Time means that is the one which is cause for the past, present, and future. That means Sataha Stola Desa Abhimanyaha Manusya Pitra Devata Dyaradishu Yat Pramanam Tat Kataya. And who is the proof that we are having the different bodies, we are getting different times? So that is time is the proof. So for having the different types of the bodies, in the previous life that, in this life this, in next life that, because of the time only this is possible. So that's why time is the pramana, is a witness of getting the various different kinds of the bodies. Those things you tell me. This is the question. Next, kalasyanugatiyam kalasyanugatiriyatu lakshatenvi bahvat बृहत्यपि यावत्यः कर्मगतयो यादृशीर्द्विजसत्तमा. So translation: O purest of the Brahmanas, please also explain the cause of the different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of the time following the course of action. So this is also about the time. Anugatir anupravritti. Anvi means here he is asking the smallest unit of the time. The smallest unit of the time is that the amount of time taken by the sun to cross the one atom. The amount of the time taken by sun to cross the one atom is known as Paramanu time. Huh? Is it coming actually? It will come now. They are all time about times connected. It will come together. So Bruhad Varshadi Rupa Karmagatayaha Bhadra Bhadra Karma Prapya. So what is this? Yavatya Karmagataya Yadrushi Nisattamaha. So this time is the is the cause for giving the different results. इति कर्मप्राप्यानि स्थानानि सर्वाण्येव कालैः सूक्ष्म स्थूल विकल्प कल्पैः अवश्यमेव प्रस्यन्ति इति कर्म निर्वेदार्थम. So our karma is, old karma is destroyed and new karma is accumulated by the time. So प्रश्नद्वयं शुद्ध भक्तौ अपि पर्याप्नोति यदुक्तं श्री भगवता जात श्रद्धो मत् कथासु निर्विघ्न सर्व कर्मसु इति. So from these two slokas, from these two questions, we should understand these questions related to the Shuddha Bhakti. How? How it is related to Shuddha Bhakti? These questions. What he is saying, this time is going to destroy the karma. That means karma is not permanent thing with you. That means karma is not, is absolute. So that is leading to the, so jata shraddho matkatasu nirvignaha sarva karmasu iti. That means the one who is living the karma, who is living the karma? So one who is getting the shraddha in the katha of the Lord, he will be living the karma. He is disqualified. That means he doesn't need to do, not disqualified, he doesn't need to do any karma. So that means here you see question is what is said in the question. It is said that units of the time he is asking. So Parishit Maharaj is asking about the units of the time, and that time is destroying the karma. And the devotee, whoever getting the shraddha in the Vasudeva Katha, so he will be, so he will be not, he is not, he doesn't need to do any karma. He is out of the law of karma. So that means that question is related to Shuddha Bhakti. Understand how this question is related to the Shuddha Bhakti? That's the point. Over हो रहे हैं क्या? Logic is not, is okay logic? In the Uddhava Gita, what said actually in the 11th canto 20th chapter? All of you remember? Because all we discussed several times this sloka. 11th canto 20th chapter. So sloka number 27. Jata shraddho mat kathasu nirvinna sarva karmasu Veda dukkhatmakan kaman parityagepyaneshwaraha. This second line you don't need to take. Take the first line. Jata shraddha mat kathasu means anyone who is getting the shraddha in the Krishna's pastimes, for him nirvinnaha sarva karmasu. He doesn't need to do any karma. So if you get the Vasudeva Katha Ruchi, is there any need to do? Then what after that what you should do? Tasmadeke namanasa bhagavan satvatam patihi Shrotavyah kirtitavyascha dhyeyah pujyascha nityada. You are understanding the point? What is that? If anyone get the, why we do the karma, and also if one is not able to do the Shuddha Bhakti, for him karma is recommended and he should offer those results to the Lord. By that what will happen? By that he will be getting the Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. That means he is getting the Shraddha. God Ruchi means he is having the Shraddha also actually. Of course. So then who is ever interested in the Katha, and for him there is no need to do Nirvinnaha Sarva Karmasu. Okay. Anyone who is getting this Shraddha means he is, now what he should do? He should hear Tasma Dekena Manasa Bhagavan So what is the need of doing other things? Leave everything. So that's why Tyaktva Sadharmam Charanam Bhujam Harer Bhajan. So he's saying, Narada also is saying, leave everything and do that. Vasudeva Katha is Shraddha you got, na? Fully. Then leave the karma. What is the need to follow the karma and dharma? No need. Sarva dharman parityajya. So mamekam saranam raja. So just every day you sit and chant every day, 24 hours. You got the ruchi, that's why. So for him, there is no need to do any karma. He is beyond all the 4. So ashramas and 4 varnas. So this is the point. This is science. This is a devotional science. So that means he is entering into the pure devotional service. The one who is destroying, for whom karma is not there, karma is not recommended. For whom karma is not recommended? For the pure devotees. So, and here what we are saying, time is destroying the karma. So from this karma nirvedardam prashna, that means this time is destroying means no, karma is time is giving the different results. Karma prapyani sthanani sarvanyeva kalaihi grasyanti. Means actually I am saying little bit differently, that I am correcting back. So time, what it is doing, so whatever you did previously karma, so for that it will give results, and also it will make you to do the new karma. So then why he is asking this question, Parikshit, about this time and time which is going to give the various results and of the karma? Why he is saying? Because he is how to come out from this karma and get to the Suddha Bhakti. So if you want to understand the Suddha Bhakti, you should understand the karma also, which is changing. That means by the time. So that's why you should know the phenomena of the time. Yes or no? So that will lead to understand the karma. So because then if you understand karma nicely, then you will also understand the, that means what is this? That means Suddha Bhakti, which is beyond the karma. That is the connection actually, like this. Okay? Huh? So I am feeling actually, I'm getting fear actually by seeing everyone's face so serious. Why you put class today like that? Everyone's seeing. Everyone's eyes are looking like that actually. It's not like that. No? Getting fear actually by seeing all of you so seriously. Tomorrow exam tension also is I am seeing actually on the faces. So don't worry, exam will be whatever important questions I will ask that only. Important questions, all important. Postpone? Why postpone? Already people are. Okay, next. 14th. Yasmin karma samavayo yatha yenopagruhyate gunanam guninam chaiva parinamamabhipsatam. Translation: then again kindly describe how the proportionate accumulation of the reaction resulting from the different modes of material nature act upon the desiring living being, promoting or degrading him among the different species of life, beginning from the demigods down to the most insignificant creatures. What Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is doing, these questions are looking like the materialistic questions actually. What are the units of the time, this, that, and he's trying to connect this with the bhakti. He's spiritualizing these questions. He is finding the spiritual reason, spiritual jignasa. So what kind of bhakti? So Parikshit Maharaj wants to know. So for that, knowing that bhakti, he's asking this question. This question related to knowing of what kind of bhakti. So that is the main, he is trying to searching and finding and doing this. Because in this, in the otherwise people may say, Dharma Projit Kaitavotra is said, and here everywhere you are seeing questions, all Parikshit Maharaj asking questions, materialistic questions. What are the units of time, this, that, what is the use of this for the devotion? What is the use of the knowing these things? So one may think like that. What is the use of asking the time about the time? So Ujjwala, tell me, what is the use of knowing about the time? For the devotion, is there necessary of knowing the time? You are a
Hari Bol.
devotee, why you should know about the phenomena of the time? Is there any need? No, na? No or yes? Huh? No, आप absent है class में. You are absent in the class. No problem, don't worry. Good. Swaranakant Prabhu, you tell me.
Hare Krishna.
So,
after knowing that time will destroy the karmas. And
time is the cause for giving the various results of karma, not destroying the karma. I changed my words. Okay.
So that's why after changing karmas, then we'll gradually go to Shuddha Bhakti.
No, Shuddha Bhakti means we are understanding Matkathasu Jata Shraddha. So Sarva Karmasu Nirvinnaha. This sloka is saying that in the Shuddha Bhakta case, there is no karma. So that's why we are trying to understand the definition of Shuddha Bhakti. So where there is a need to know about the karma, so that to know that you will be knowing the time. Okay. You hear once again lecture, then it will be good. See, 14th. Gunanam sattvadinam parinamam devadi rupam avipsitam guninam jivanam yasmin pariname karmanam. Sukruta dushkruta yoga gnana bhaktinam samavaya samudaya samavati tam kataya. What is the question he is asking? He is asking about the gunanam, sattvadi gunas, and guninam. Guninam means jivanam. The one who possesses the gunas. Who is possessing? We, our body. That means, so Jivatma is possessing these three modes. Gunanam, Guni. That's why Jivatma is the Guni. So the Parinama, Gunanam Parinama. These gunas are, what is the result of these gunas? That is, so Dehadi. Gunanam Parinama is what? Gunas are changing and giving what? Their body. Dehadi Rupam. So abhipsitam, that means devadi rupam, sorry, deha, that means devadi rupam. So demigod's body, Rakshasas body, human's body, all these bodies are nothing but the changes of gunas. And those are desired by whom? Gunis. Who are those? Jivas. So Jivanam yasmin pariname karmanam sukruta dushkruta yoga gnana bhakti nam samavaya samudaya. Board. Gunas. Gunas are the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So their parinamaha, that means they are transforming into various bodies. Deva, demigod's body, human body, and other body, like that. And who are desiring this? Guni. Guni. Who is that? Jivaha. Jivatma is desiring this. So Jivatma desires this. So Jivatma desires this, but they will desire, but how they will get? Yasmin pariname. By what they will get? They will be getting those by the karma. By the activity. Here karma means you should take activity. What kind of activities? What kind of sukruta? That means good activities. Sukruta, dushkruta. Next, gnana, yoga, bhakti. These kind of activities, by doing various kinds of the activities, this jiva is going to get the different kinds of the body. You can take spiritual body also. Where there are no gunas, that is spiritual body. So that means here, what kind of bhakti he is asking? What kind of question he is asking? He is collectively asking all this about the sukruta, dushkruta, karma, gnana, yoga, and bhakti. He is asking about all these things, and all these things so are going to give varieties of the bodies to the jiva. Varieties of the bodies to the jiva. Yes. Clear? Such a parinam manusya deha eva. Gneha tasminnapi pariname yena jivena yatha. So here, if you understand more clearly, so jivatmas are getting the various parinamas of the gunas. That means manusha, devata, ityadi dehas. Yasmin pariname karmanam samudaya sambhati. Tam kataya. So karma samavaya. This is known as karma samavaya. All these activities are known as karma samavaya. That means collection of this. So these all, what actually little differently I said. So now you see karma samavaya means these activities sukruta, dushkruta, gnana, yoga, bhakti. These are possible in which parinama that we should take. In which parinama? That is what? Which parinama? That is manushya. That way you should understand. That means Parikshit is asking, the Parikshit Maharaj's question is, in which parinama, in which body Jivatma can practice these following things. Like Sukruta, Dushkruta and Jnana. And so that it can go to the different stages. in which parinama means body, so which is out of the gunas, in which parinama it is able to do these things. That is what? That is Manusha Deha eva. That is definitely Manusha Deha. In that it is able to practice all these. Karma Samudaya means Sukruta, Dushkruta, Yoga, Gnana and Bhakti. Karma Samudaya means Sukruta, Dushkruta, Samudaya. Samavaya or Samudaya. Samavaya means Samudaya. So that means in the human body it is able to, so gunas and gunas parinama is the devata, human and other bodies. So these are different bodies, and guni is the jivatma, and in which parinama, so jiva, in which body means which parinama, jivatma can practice karma samudaya. In which parinama? That is manushya deha. So that means, what is the intention behind this? What he is asking? He is asking that which kind of who is eligible for what? Who is adhikari for the Sukruta, Dushkruta, Gnana, Yoga and Bhakti? That is the understanding. So that means the one in the Manusha Deha, one can practice all these. So that means, then that means who can practice? Who will do the Sukruta karma? Who will do the Dushkruta karma? Who will practice Gnana? Who will practice Yoga? Who will practice Bhakti? This he wants to know clearly. Okay, so this question is going to what kind of Bhakti? Karma Misra, Gnana Misra, Yoga Misra, Suddha Bhakti Shu. So that's why, sorry. So that means Parikshit Maharaj is trying to ask, so Karma Mishra Bhakti, this means Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti and Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Suddha Bhakti. All these things are related. Shuddha Bhakti. Yoga Mishra. All these things he is asking. Gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, their parinama is the different bodies, and Guni is a Jivatma. Then his question is, in which body Jivatma can practice following things? That means Karma Samuvaya, that means Sukruta, Dushkruta, Gnana and Yoga and Bhakti. This is the question. So from this, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, so that means this is what, in which parinama one can practice all these, that is only the Manusha Deha. So that means, so Srila Parikshit Maharaj's question is, so tell me about the Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, Suddha Bhakti. Okay? That is the Jignasa actually he is having. Next, purport, what the different procedures are and in what opportunity they act are all subject matters of Maharaj Parikshit's inquiries. How such actions and reactions take place. That means you are trying to know these elements. So that is nothing but the, so as a devotee, then Parikshit Maharaj is asking to know about these things, means definitely he is trying to know the Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, Yoga Mishra Bhakti and Suddha Bhakti, because he is a devotee. And asking this question means intention is behind this, is knowing of all these different kinds of the bhaktis. Any question? Jai Gopinath Prabhu, got it? Next, even on the see the third paragraph, even in the very planet where we are now living, there are restrictions upon the entrance of foreigners into country where the citizens are more prosperous. For example, the American government has many restrictions for the entrance of the foreigners from less prosperous countries. The reason is that the Americans don't wish to share their prosperity with any foreigners who has not qualified himself as a citizen of America. Similarly, the same mentality is prevailing in every other planet where there are more intelligent living beings residing. So higher planetary living conditions are all in the mode of goodness, and anyone desiring to enter higher planets like that, Moon, Sun, Venus, must qualify through the activity of in completing goodness. So here you see, so he is asking about these. So these are all the different qualifications. If you do the Sukruta karma, then you will go to the higher planets. Dushkruta karma, lower planets. Gnana, you will be Brahma Jyoti. Yoga, you will be doing Paramatma relation. Bhakti, you will be going to the spiritual abode of the Lord directly. So, and also you may mix it. So these are all the different qualifications by doing this karma samudaya. In the human body, you'll be doing these karmas. Karma means here you should take activities, these different activities, and those will lead to the different results. And this variegation is there everywhere. So if you do the Sukruta, Dushkruta karma, you cannot enter to the higher planets. So that means, so karma gnanadishu kaha kaha adhikari katam katam kim kim krutva kim kim sadhyam prapnoti means, so that means by these human beings, Manushya, so who is adhikari for asking about these five things means who is adhikari for these and how to do this and what kind of result they will get. That is the meaning. Who is adhikari and how to do those and what kind of result they get. That is the question. And Prabhupada is saying similarly, one cannot enter into the higher planetary systems without being qualified by good works in his life. So that's why moon planet is also higher to us compared to, if you see, so if you universal structure, so moon is in the higher stage, higher planet. That means definitely one should do the good karma. He should do the good karma, then only he will go to the higher planets. But Prabhupada says these people are claiming that they entered into the moon, but that is not correct. Without having the proper piety, one cannot go there. And just by the mechanical arrangement, one cannot go there. That is not the place to go anyone. So only the who is having suitable piety, they will go. That's the logic. Prabhupada never accept this. Someone reached to the moon. Compared to the moon and sun, who is very far from us? Sun is far or moon is far? Moon is very far than the sun. But in the modern science we study, sun is very far and moon is just beside to the earth. That's not right. If you read this cosmology in the 5th canto, you'll be understanding everything is completely reverse to the modern science. Next, Bhupalaka what is that? Kubyoma. Kakubyoma. Bhupatalaka kubyoma. Graha nakshatra bhubrutam. Sarit samudra dvipanam. Sambhavascheda dokasam. Translation. O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creations of the globes throughout the universe, the 4 directions of the heavens, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas, and the islands, as well as their different kinds of the inhabitants take place. So what he's asking this, various living entities, inhabitants of the planets. What is the intention behind this? What kind of bhakti he wants to know from this? What is the jignasa behind this? This question is related to which kind of bhakti? That we have to see. 15th. भूतादीनां संभवः एतानि ओकांसि येषां तेषां च संभवः यथा इति सत्रानुषङ्गः भूतादीनां बहुविध भक्तास्पदत्वा तदौकासां च मायो अधिकृतादि भक्तत्वात् प्रश्नोऽयं भक्तेषु प्राप्नोति. This question related to the bhakta, devotees. So who is question prashna ayam bhakteshu paryapnoti. So that means there are many planets are there. Yes, bhu, patala, kakub, vyoma, graha, nakshatra, bhu, mruta. So Sarit, Samudra, Dvipa. They are the different places to stay, different inhabitants. There will be some in the stars, some inhabitants in the Bhu, on the Bhuloka, some on the Patala, some are in the sky, some are in the Vyoma. Directions, Kakub means directions. And Vyoma means sky. Kakub means different heavens, okay. And Graha, Nakshatra, different places to stay inhabitants. And in this, devotees, what he is saying, Bhuradina Bahuvida Bhaktas Padatvat. Tadoka Samcha. So that means these are the different planets, and there will be different demigods who are the devotees. They are having the control on those. Like Earth, if you take, Mother Earth is also having the, she is also so devotee. So Earth, personification of Earth. And she is staying, her house is what? Aukasa means the house, is this. That means this question is related to the varieties of the devotees. It is asked about the devotees and their residing place. So like this. Purport, the inhabitants of the different varieties of the land are differently situated and not all of them are equal in all respects. The inhabitants of the land are different from inhabitants of the water or the sky. And similarly, the inhabitants of the different planets and stars in the sky are also different from one another. By the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of one particular place are different from those of other places. Even in the human society, the inhabitants of jungle or the deserts so different from those of the cities and villages. Maharaj Parikshit requests the great sage Sukadeva Goswami to explain all these authorities. So there are so made according to the different qualities of the modes of nature. So adjustment of the laws of the nature is not blind. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Parikshit Maharaj requests the great sage Sukadeva Goswami to explain all these authoritatively in accordance with the proper understanding. So that means Parikshit Maharaj wants to know, that means these are different resting places for the devotees. At least the Adhisthana Devata is devotee, na? So he is staying there. So that's why devotees are sarvatra sarvada. Anvaya Vyatireka Abhyam Yatsya sarvatra sarvada. Is there any place where there is no devotion? Devotees are not possible. Is there any place in the water? Can you say devotees cannot exist? Waters are there in the devotees also. How? If you take the Ganges, water of Ganges, so you will be seeing in the Bhakti Sandarbha. So all the fishes who are staying in the Ganges are also Vaishnavas, he says. And feeding them is also Seva, Vaishnava Seva. Because in the Ganges, it is it is Salila, it's directly coming, it's Charanamritam of the Lord. Can you say in the sky there are no devotees? Yes, devotees are there. In the with Atala, Vitala, Sutala, there are devotees. In the Yamalok, in Kumbi Park, here different place, devotees are there or not there? These are the different places where devotees exist. So that's why he wants to know this question related to the devotees. And but Gnanis, they don't stay. Gnanis can exist in everywhere. Gnanis not possible. So you cannot see the Gnanis in the some certain places like So can you see those in the Yamaloka? No Gnanis. Karmis, is there any possibility of seeing karmis? Their karma bhoga they will get, but doing karma can you see there? No. Karmis, Gnanis, they don't available everywhere. But who will available everywhere? Bhaktas. That's why Anvay Vitireka Abhyamyatsya Sarvatra Sarvada. Sarvatra Sarvada. Everywhere and all the time, what is possible? Only bhakti. Everywhere it is possible. Even in the stomach of the mother's womb, it is possible. Outside the womb, at the time of death, after leaving the body, before leaving the body, at the time of leaving the body, before the creation also bhakti is there. Before the creation, gnana is there. There is no gnana. After creation is done, then Vedas are practiced, then you will see gnana. But before that, gnana is there. Before that, bhakti is there. So bhaktas are there and bhakti is there. And while the creation is there, after annihilation also, bhaktas are there. Bhakti is there. So because everything is wind up, but Brahmaji is doing and he is doing devotion. Everything, then there is no Gnan is finished. Fat. So that means when Brahmaji is annihilated, Brahmaji's body is finished. Then what is possible in that time also? So Brahmaji's devotion is possible. But Gnana, no, Gnana is not possible. Or karma also is not possible. So that we'll discuss later. So that's why he said here. Next, 16th sloka. Pramanamanda koshasya bahyabhyantara bhedatah mahatam chanucharitam varnashrama vinischayah. Translation also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions, as well as the character and activities of the great souls and also the characteristics of the different classification of the castes and orders of the social system. So he's mainly he's asking about the varnas and ashramas. Yes. Pramanam Andakoshasya. What is the size of universe? Diameter, he is asking. And also he is asking what is there inside and outside. Bahya abhyantara bedataha. So inside and outside he is asking. This is about what? It is the Aishwarya. This size of the Brahmanda will establish Aishwarya of the Lord. So that's why it is what? Aishwarya Pradhana Bhakti. Keeping, that means what kind of bhakti into the mind this question is asking. He is trying to know about the Aishwarya Pradhana Bhakti. That's why he is asking. So this question, with the jignasa of the Aishwarya Pradhana Bhakti, he is asking this question. Because every question is related to the bhakti. Next, what he is asking about the varnas and ashramas. In the second line, if you see, varnashrama vinischayah. This is about what kind of bhakti? Karma gnana mishrayam bhakti. This question is, this part is belonging to the, so bhakti mishratayaiva. That means varna ashrama dharmas are mixing with the bhakti is the karma gnana mishra bhakti. Karma gnana mishra bhakti is asked. He wants to know about the karma gnana mishra bhakti. That's why he's asking this question. With the jignasa of the karma gnana mishra bhakti, he's asking this question. Okay, come to the next sloka. 17. In this, you see the this paragraph, last paragraph. Prabhupada is writing, sorry, before going to the next purport, we'll do this little bit. So the 4 divisions are exactly like the 4 divisions of one's personal body. In your body, first head is there, hands are there, next stomach is there, and legs are there. These 4 parts are important to you or not? Can you say my head is not necessary? You take it off. Can you say? And can you say everything is same? Hands, legs, and head, stomach are doing same thing, and they are same? No. Then how can you say? That means same the way we have the 4 different types of the limbs in our body. In the same way, society also is having the 4 types of the varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So how you cannot say, you cannot reject the difference between these 4 limbs of your body. Similarly, in the society, you cannot reject these 4 Varnas. If you reject the difference between the head and the legs, if you consider everything is same and doing same thing, then it's a foolishness. So similarly, if you reject these four varnas in the society and say caste, annihilate the caste system, this is a useless talk actually. It's simply nonsense. And this is not at all possible actually. This is inherent actually. You have body and you have the difference between these limbs. Similarly, you have society. Definitely there is a possibility of these four varnas. And it's obvious actually. And Prabhupada is writing here, the parts and parcels of the body are non-different from the body, but they themselves, they are only parts. So that is the significance of the whole scientific system of four castes and four social orders. The value of such scientific divisions of human society can be ascertained only in terms of the proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. Any person employed in government, government service, including the president, is part and parcel of the entire government. Everyone is a government servant, but no one is the government himself. That is the position of all living entities. Okay, that's why this is a caste system. This Varna system is obvious till the time you have the body. So until unless you are completely transcend from these three modes, so you cannot say that I am not belong to any Varna. If you are completely transformed, your body is completely so beyond the modes, then we can say you are the Paramahamsa. So who is not coming under any Varnas. Otherwise, Varnashram system is obvious. Of course, artificially you may reject, but it is a must and should actually. It is there. How your head and legs are there and working together and doing the various activities for you. Similarly, these four Varnas also is must actually. So how much so we can implement that we should see, but it is obvious. So there is a scientific system Prabhupada is writing here. And you cannot manufacture your own divisions. You cannot classify this society into your own way. You cannot say, so on some basis, you'll be say everyone are same, and after that sometime you'll be divided. I am the owner and you are the servant. Even communist also, what he says, spiritual communist, they say everyone is equal, but also everyone is equal, and there is how much they can maintain this. There is also there is a need in that. So someone has to monitor and someone has to educate. So definitely everywhere you should accept the principles. So principles, Varna Ashrama is a principle actually. The principles you should understand. So behind science, behind this you should understand. That's obvious actually. Next, 17th. Yugani yugamanam cha dharmo yascha yuge yuge avataranucharitam yadascharyatamam hare. So translation, please explain all the different ages in the duration of the creation and also the duration of such ages. Also tell me about the different activities of the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages. So this is directly pravartita bhakti visheshanam cha jignasa. What is that jignasa? What kind of bhakti is inquiring here? With keeping knowing about what bhakti what is his inquiry? That means about which bhakti? Bhakti visheshanam. Yugani yugavataranam cha tat pravartita bhakti visheshanam cha jignasa. That means here Parikshit Maharaj wants to know about the yugas and also yuga dharmas. From this, what is his intention? He wants to know the bhakti, how it was in that yuga, how it was practiced in that yuga, that he wants to know. That is the reason. Okay, next sloka. Nunam sadharano dharmaha Savisheshascha yadrushah Shreninam rajarshinam cha Dharmah kruchreshu jivatam. So translation, please also explain what may generally be the common religious affiliation of human system as well as their specific occupational duties in religion. The classification of social orders as well as So administrative royal orders and the religious principles for one who may be in distress. So what is asked in this? In this he is asking about the sadharana dharma. So sadharana dharma is nothing but the bhakti directly. If you see what is the sadharana dharma for everyone, if you see the 7th canto, Narada is explaining what is that general dharma for everyone, the bhakti. It's must. Shravanam Kirtan is must for everyone. So sadharana dharma is bhakti reva, and vishesh dharma is varnashram dharma. Your body, my body is different. That's why according to my body I should do my work. Jivika I should earn according to that. And your body is different, then you have to work differently. Your mental capacity is different from my mental capacity. Your intelligence capacity is different from my mental intelligence capacity. Then your body strength is different from my body strength. Then how can you say everyone is equal? No, they are not equal. Then they have to respectively, according to their abilities, you should engage them. Then you will get the maximum output. Then you can properly organize the society. So that is nothing but the varnashram system. The scientific thought is nothing but varnashram. Rejecting varnashram means you are rejecting the intelligent system, the proper system, and you are simply artificially making the everyone is equal. How everyone is equal? And then why everyone is not getting same marks? Why everyone is not getting the same hunger? Then why everyone is not getting the same kind of the feelings? And why everyone should not liking a same thing? Then there should be everything is one, only one food, one type of clothes, and one type of everything is equal. But then why you are accepting variegatedness there? So that's why it's simply a foolishness saying that everyone is equal and there is no need of varnashram system. So here that's why that's the vishesh dharma is the jati dharma, that is the varna dharma. So that means sadharana dharma is the bhakti and vishesh dharma is the varna. Yes. Tad dharma vatvepi te bhakta. That means they are all there to do the. That means they sadharana dharma is the bhakti and they have the special dharma varna dharma. That means bhakti is meant for the everyone, and being practicing varna dharma also they can practice bhakti. This is the point actually. It's not that the varnashram dharma means no bhakti, no. That is the point. Bhavanti. So here, so these jatis, the 4 jatis, and also outcast also is there. That is also one jati only. Kirata, Hurna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulaskaha. Pulkashaha, sorry. So evam shreni nam tattad vyavasayohu upajivina rajarshenam cha teshu api bhaktimasu niraparadhataya statavim iti vivakshaya. That means you will be, so what here, why Parishit Maharaj is asking what is the various dharmas of the various people? Because sadharana dharma is bhakti, and even in the Kirata, Hona, Pulinda, Pulaska also you will be getting the devotees. So you should know if someone is Kirata, that means he's doing the very bad activity. The Kirata means he's hunter and he's hunting the animals, and but sadharana dharma, every jati can do the bhakti. So then if you don't understand the difference between the sadharana dharma and jati, and you should not understand this, then what will happen? Then you will commit the offense towards that Vaishnava, and then that will be problem. So that's why to not commit offenses, one should know this thing. This question is asked with that intention. Okay. Next, in this, the last paragraph, the occupational duties of caste and orders of the society following the principles of livelihood also depend on the principles of devotional service. Yes. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that a person can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by avoiding the result of his occupational duty unto the devotional service of the Lord. This also we have Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma is also saying same thing. Offering the result of your dharma to the Lord's pleasure, then that will lead to the Vasudeva Katharuchi. Okay, next. Tattvanam parisankyanam lakshanam hetu lakshanam purusharadhana vidir yoga vidir purusharadhana vidir yogasya adhyatmikasya cha. So people are slowly leaving themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. New people are coming and old people are leaving on online. Okay. Time is 3 o'clock now. How long back they left? Half an hour. When they left? Everyone is, yeah. Online, that's why it's difficult to follow the classes also. Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers. Why he is asking this question? What is this? He's telling about, he's asking about the Tattvanam Parisankhyanam. That means Tattvas. What is that? Tattvas is 23 elements. Prakrityadinam, Parisankyanam, Gamanam, Lakshana Sarup. He's asking the characteristics of the Tattvas means what? Asking characteristics of the Tattvas means what kind of bhakti this is? Is he asking about what? It is asking about the Leelas of Purusha Avatar. If you want to know what is the function of the Mahat, what is the Swarupa of the Mahat or the Ahankara, means you are trying to know about the Leelas of Purusha Avatar. That is the point. Okay, clear? Next. Yogaishwarya what is that? Yogaishwarya gatir linga bhangastu yoginam vedopaveda dharmanam itihasa purana yo. 10 minutes you'll give na? All 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. Kya kare? You all come 10 minutes late. Online students also come 10 minutes late. And I can take. What are the opulences of the great mystics and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basic knowledge of the Vedic literature, including the branches of history and the supplementary Puranas? So why this question is asked? What kind of bhakti he wants to know? Or what he wants to know? How it is related to the bhakti, this question. First of all, you try to understand what he wants to know, the mystic powers. Yogeshwaranam, Shambhu Prabhutinam, Mahanubhava. What is that? Mahanubhavaktanam, Aishwari Rupa Yagati. Mahanubhaktanam, I think, spelling mistake. Linga Bhangam, Shanta Bhaktau. Vedadinam Tatparyam iti Shesha. Linga Bhangam, this is related to the Shanta Bhakti. And Yogeshwaras means is the Shambhu. Yogeshwara is also Shambhu and he is also devotee. So how this devotee with the powers? And Shanta Bhakti, Linga Bhanga means Shanta Bhakti. So in this way, so and the Vedanam, he wants to know Veda, Upaveda, Dharmanam, Itihasa, Purananam, Gatihi. That means he wants to know the goal of the Vedas, Upavedas, and so on. So there, the Vasudeva Paraveda. That means he, by knowing this, ultimately Bhakti is only established. Na? As a conclusion of Vedas and everything is what? Bhakti only. So in this way, this question is leading to Bhakti, is leading to know about the Bhakti as the conclusion of all the scriptures also. So in this way, it is related to Bhakti question. Next, Samplavah Sarva Bhutanam Vikramah Pratisankramaha Ishta Purtasya Kamyanam Trivargasya Cha Yo Vidihi. Translation, please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also of the advantage and disadvantage of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals and injunctions of the supplementary Vedic rites, and what are the procedures of religion, economic development, and sense satisfaction? So he is asking about all these. Samplavaha, Prabhupada is writing this purport. Samplavaha means perfect means. Samsara Sindhoho Tarana Sadhanam. Samplavaha means Samyak Plavaha. Plavaha means boat. Samplavaha means perfect boat. Perfect boat, for boat is used for what? Boat is used for the crossing the water. So now here this boat is used for what? To cross the Samsara Sindhu. Samsara Sindhu, to cross the Samsara. That means he is asking what are the best boats to cross this Samsara Sindhu. That is what? That is Bhakti, obviously. So that means this question is also related to the Bhakti. Vikramaha tatra sauryam kim pratisankramaha tatra nashaha ka bhaktehe anukulata jignasa. That means in this question he is asking what are the factors will destroy the bhakti and what will be increase the bhakti. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagrascha niyamagraha janasangascha laulyam shadbir bhaktir vinashyati. That means Samplavaha is the bhakti and he is asking what is anukula for this Samplavaha. That means this means the boats. And also he is asking what is the Pratikulaha. That means indirectly he is asking Anukula and Pratikula situations for the Bhakti. And by what Bhakti will increase? Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya Tattat Karma Pravartana Sangatya Sato Vritti Shadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhyati. These are the things. And that's why Prabhupada is writing this big purport to explain the Anukulata and Pratikulata for the Bhakti. To explain this big purport is given for you. Okay, you all know that you all did Bhakti Shastri, Nectar of Instructions, so you can understand this. Okay, you will do this. You will read. Okay, I will go to the another 8 minutes are there and 3:07. 3:12. Okay, fine. 4 minutes are there. This question, this sloka is clear. Samplavaha sarva bhutana vikramaha pratisankrama means vikramaha means no anukula. Sankramaha means pratikula. Nashaha. Pratisankramaha means nashaha. Samplavaha means bhakti. That means the best boat to cross the material world. That is bhakti. Vikrama means which is helpful for that. Pratisankrama means which is against to that, destroy that. Getting what you got? You got something? No. Okay, I don't want to waste my time. Okay, I will ask after class because I have 4 minutes. And also Ishta Purtasya Kamyana. Next line, what it is telling? Next line is telling about Ruch Bhakti. First line is clear. What is bhakti and its anukula pratikula? And next line, karma mishra bhakti. Okay, that means ishta purtasya kamyanam tirvargasya cha yo vidihi. That means this tirvarga means dharma artha kamaha. Vidiri avirodha. Vidir avirodha prakara iti karma mishram bhaktau. This is about the karma mishra bhakti. This question is related to the karma mishra bhakti. Only 3 minutes are there. Last 22. Yovanushayinam sargaha पाषण्डस्य च संभवः आत्मनो बन्ध मोक्षौ च व्यवस्थानां स्वरूपतः. Translation Petambar Chaitanya.
Please also explain how, merged in the body of the Lord, living beings are created, and how the infidels appears in the world. Also, please explain how the unconditioned living entities exist.
What kind of jignasa Parikshit is having? Why he is asking this question? Is they related to bhakti or not? This is telling about which point of the bhakti? Sadhaka bhaktas and sadhana siddhi bhaktas. To know about sadhana siddhi and sadhaka bhaktas. To know about, because what he is asking question, so how the living entities are merging, is entering into the body of the Karanano Sai Vishnu at the time of Mahapralaya. Means this is to know. That means if someone is doing sadhana, what is going to happen? They are entering and they are coming back, and once again, if he asks this question, then Parikshit Sukadeva Goswami definitely will tell about. So okay, devotees case also sadhakas who didn't complete the mature their bhakti, then they will go there and they will come. So that means sadhakas, he will coming to know about the sadhaka bhaktas and also siddha bhaktas. Then who is going to, who like Narada Muni and these people who are becoming siddhas in this life, they will not enter into the Karanano Savishnu's body and they will go to the Goloka. So that's why to know that sadhaka bhaktas and siddha bhaktas, this question is asked with that intention of that. And pakhandasya is said, that means bhakti asambhava jignas. That means where, in whom bhakti is not possible. Pakhandis, there is no bhakti. Kutilata, wherever kutilata is there, there is no bhakti. Pakhandi means he is a kutila admi. Outwardly he is showing the respect, but inside there is no respect for the devotees and his Lord, and his devotees and the Lord. So then he is known as the kutila. There is no bhakti at all. So, and also that means by Pakhandi you should understand where bhakti is not possible. He wants to know. And next, Atmana Bandha Mokshau. That means this is telling about the Maya Sushta Jivasya. So Bandha Moksha iti Bhakti Mishra Gnana or Gnana Mishra Bhakti. So Bandha Moksha is related to the Moksha, means related to the what Bhakti? Gnana Mishra Bhakti. And Bhakti Mishra Gnana. He wants to know about this. So that's why that question is, that point is related to that. Next, Sarupataha Vyavasthanamiti Adita Eva Sada Maya Sparshasunas Vishwakshena Dehe Jevasya Nityamuktas. And also he is saying that, so Vyavasthanam Sarupataha, that means Nityamuktas. He wants to know about the Nityamuktas. Who are those? Vishwakshena and so and so. These are all Nityamuktas. That means this point, Vyavasthanam Sarupataha, is telling about, this is related to the which bhaktas? Related to the Nityamuktas. That means this question is about the sadhaka bhaktas, siddha bhaktas, and also where bhakti, to whom bhakti is not possible, and that, and also nitya bhaktas. Okay, thank you very much for your patient hearing, for the, and giving another 7-8 minutes. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining so nicely. Prabhuji, my question is not related to this chapter. Actually, I want to know which exam you will be conducted tomorrow.
What, Mataji? Can you come again?
Tomorrow's exam is related to which section, Prabhuji? I missed that.
second canto, first first five chapters, 1 to 5.
That will be conducted tomorrow.
Yeah.
Acha, acha. Okay, Prabhuji. I was traveling, so I missed the
Oh, acha.
announcement and dates actually.
Oh,
Okay,
acha.
okay. So the on the regular time, Prabhuji,
Yeah,
12 to 3.
12:30.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Mataji. So someone have doubt about the Samyoga Prataktva Nyaya. Yes. If you want, if you want to stay, then I can explain on the board. Otherwise, you can leave also. Whoever want to know the answer of that question, they can stay. Whoever doesn't want to know, they can leave. Yeah, and also whatever doubts you have about the questions, you can ask now. If you want to leave, you can leave. Who will leave? Nobody is going to leave. Samyoga Prataktva Nyaya. Okay. This is from the second canto, third chapter. What's man? And I will be write a question actually. This you have to mention on this this 8th chapter, second canto, this 8th chapter till now, whatever we have seen. So question, and also what is the bhakti? So what kind of bhakti Jignasa is having for this? So you should also mention. So write any 15 questions asked by the Parshit Maharaj, and along with that, so give the intention, bhakti aspect or the bhakti jignasa. So mention the bhakti type of bhakti jignasa behind this question. Type of bhakti jignasa behind that each question. Each question, yeah. 15 questions and whatever they are. 15 marks. 15 questions, 15 marks. Answers, no. If you write answer, you will write whole Bhagavatam. You need to write whole Bhagavatam. Samyoga Prataktva Nyaya. This is very important. This is very, very important. Okay. One second. And also I will tell very, very important questions, few. Then you can take time. But who are not in the class, you should not share with them. If you make this promise, then I will tell. This is from, okay. Okay, what, 30? 31st, na? Okay. Recently I translated, that's why. Acha. Haan. So akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo dharadihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. This this not this one వచ్చేది నెక్స్ట్ one వచ్చేది నెక్స్ట్ one వచ్చేది యాక్చువల్లీ ఏతావానేవ యజతాం ఇహ నిశ్రేయసోదయ భగవత్యచలో భావ యద్ భాగవత సంగతః. So what Tika is saying, Tika says second canto, it is third chapter na sloka number etavan, what is the number? 11. Okay, 11. I will explain whatever I explain, you should write. Then you will get marks. I only expect you people should write, that's all. Answer. By hook or crook, you should learn, that's all. That is the target. Samyoga pratakta nyaya means iha tattad यजमनेन भागवतानां संगतः भगवत्यचल भावः भक्ति भवति इति यत् एतावानेव निश्रेयसस्य परमपुरुषार्थस्य उदयः लाभः अन्यत्तु सर्वं तुच्छम् इत्येषा. अत्र इन्द्रियकामस्तु इत्याद्युक्तम् इन्द्रियपाठवादिकं पृथक्त्वेन फलं भागवतेन संयोगे तु भावः फलम्. So what is happening, you see, samyoga pratakta nyaya. So phenomena is like this. Example I will give, from that I will explain. There is a yajna. In that yajna, what will happen? So animal sacrifice. So let us take that as a animal sacrifice, that kind of sacrifice. Then there is a one yupa. Yupaha means pole, it is pole, where you can tie the animal. This is animal. This you can tie to this animal. So if you use any kind of yupa, you will get the X result. Okay, but if you use the specific yupa, khadira yupa, khadira is a type of wood actually. If you use this khadira yupa, that means this yupa means this pole is made out of wood. So it's a general wood, then you will be get the X result from this yajna. And if you use a khadira yupa to tie this animal, and after that you sacrifice this animal, then you will be getting the special result. Special result. This is the special result. That means if it is generally, individually, any yupa if you use, so you will be getting the X result, but only the process is same, everything is same, but only khadira if you take, then you will be getting the special result. Samyoga prutaktva. Samyog pratakta. So now, if you go for how to apply this for the present case. The present case is, in this present chapter, second canto, third chapter, what is the subject matter? If you see, first Sukadeva Goswami is explaining about the various demigods. Demigod 1, demigod 2, demigod 3, demigod 4, demigod 5, demigod 6, like this. If you worship them, you will be getting the x1 result, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, and so on. These are the results. That means demigod worship is giving the different results. But the same demigod worship, if you do demigod worship plus association of devotees, then it is leading to bhakti. Without association, prataktva, that means individual. Prataktva means separate results. Separate result. It is pratak. Separate means pratak. And with the association of devotees, this demigod worship is giving the bhakti. It is the association, sanyoga. By this sanyoga, you are getting bhakti as a phalam. With samyoga, you will get phalam. Individually, individual result. Okay, samyoga prataktva means this is the difference. Individual, if it is individual demigod worship without the bhakti, without association of devotees, will give the X result, so-called material result. But the same demigod worship plus association of devotees will give the bhakti. This is known as samyoga prataktva. Individually, prataktva means individually it is giving the one result. With the association, it is giving the another result. So that's why what he is saying, this is the rule. So Sukadeva Goswami is saying finally, etavaneva. So what he is saying? Etavaneva nisreyasodayah. Etavaneva yajitamiha nisreyasodayah bhagavat yachalo bhavo yad bhagavatah sangataha. So this much only is the final. So auspiciousness arises from the worshippers of the devatas. The firm bhakti for the Lord happens to arise by association with the devotees. That means now what he is saying, why he explained this demigod worship. So is there any time pass it is? Just he is explaining the so-called demigod worship. What is the need? And he is saying, after explaining all these, this is only the result. What? That demigod worship mixed with the association of devotees should lead to the bhakti. Otherwise, that demigod worship is useless. That means samyoga prataktva nyaya. Sridhar Swami is saying now here, by the samyoga prataktva nyaya, so this demigod worship along with the association of devotees should lead to the devotion. Otherwise, that demigod worship is useless. That means demigod worship will give to the bhakti. How you are able to say? That is due to samyoga prataktva nyaya. Samyoga prataktva nyaya, how it is playing role? Samyoga prataktva nyaya means what? Individual demigod worship give the individual result. Demigod worship with association of devotees will give the bhakti. So that's the samyoga prataktva nyaya is giving this facility for you. That means, so that's why you have to understand that demigod worship also should lead to the bhakti. Otherwise, etavaneva means this much means that it should lead to the bhakti. Bhagavata Sangha. Okay, you should explain like this. Okay, now we have to vacate the room. So devotees are waiting. It's the association of devotees. With association of devotees, it is giving the bhakti. That is only the purpose actually. Otherwise, that demigod worship is not proper actually.
Kindly forgive us. We have only half an hour to do the preparation.
Yes, bro.
The studio guys are there. I mean, the speaker wale aa gaye.
Okay.
Forgive.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय इस ग्रेस वेणुगोपाल प्रभु की
So, some questions.
please keep all the tables inside if possible. Tables.
You want to hear the important questions? Questions. Limb by limb description. Okay. Next. Karan Srishti. Karan Srishti. 2 questions I said. Karan Srishti. Fifth chapter. Okay. Wait. Fifth chapter. What is that? Karan Srishti. Next. That total process, na, that what I said, 18 to 22, 8 to 32. What is that question? Yeah. That question is one question only. That question. Okay. This much only, not more. Hat और नहीं बोलना है.